Scrum Master has a growing list of impediments, all without resolution. Who do you consult? Why them? I mean, it's just a fact of life. I'll be honest. Scrum Masters start documenting the impediments and they're going to sit there and go, well, that's not getting solved, and that's not getting solved, and that's not getting solved, and that's not getting solved. But I fixed that one. This stuff grows. Before you start talking to other people, you need to pay attention to what's in that list. They're not all made equal. They're not all of equal priority. Some of them are going to be little niggles that actually the reason they're still on your list is because they haven't had any airtime. You've been too busy looking at other items. And okay, you may just need to recognise that and change your process to recognise actually it's a 10-minute fix. Maybe I should have just dealt with it rather than putting it on a list. Maybe it's a fix for somebody else and I just need to keep an eye on it and I haven't had time to check in. Whatever the state of play is, for those quick and easy ones, you just want to check in occasionally and see. Okay, if it's on you, it's on you. You've got a priority order, I hope. They're ordered to help the team improve. But some of the things that are going to get added, they're big, weighty tasks that are going to take time. They may be policy changes. They may be big-scale organisational changes. Okay, and they take time. There's no quick route here. They're going to live on that list for a long, long time. So set your expectations. I'm not saying accept it going slowly, but I'm saying accept it. For yourself, just understand some change takes time. You have to build a coalition. You have to get people on board, help them understand the benefit. All of that takes time and you haven't even started tackling it yet. So where are you in that process with each of them? But once you have a good idea that everything is where it can be and you're on top of things, who do you talk to? Well, I keep coming across in the world senior Scrum Masters. Okay, number one, not a thing. We have a Scrum Master. They work with one team. They may work with a few teams. We have more experienced Scrum Masters, but we're not going to go to another Scrum Master. We may go to a community of Scrum Masters and have a conversation with them and try and spot the systemic issues. What's happening across the organisation? Do we, as a collective, need to take that forward with greater evidence, greater weight behind it, saying you're not affecting one team with this change, you're affecting 20. And now it's an interesting problem that the people in whichever department are interested in that problem may give more airtime. They may try and solve. But the likelihood is you're going to have stuff that's not moving because other people need to do things. And you can go back to them, and I'm sure you've been talking to them every week. You've been checking in. Where are you on that problem? Where are you on that problem? Where are you on that problem? Like a broken record. Okay? Turning up again and talking to them isn't going to help. Going to their boss is not the right next step. Okay? Because now you're just skipping over them. I'm an advocate, don't get me wrong. If people aren't doing what they said they would when they said they would, and they're repeatedly like that, I am the sort of person who would go up a level. Go, okay, I'm going to go and have a chat to your boss. John said he would do this by Tuesday. It's now Tuesday. He's not done it. I need a hand because this isn't the first time. This is the third time on the same problem. I need it. I need help. Can you help me convince John? Okay. But even at that level, you're going to have to rely on the same skill set. And the skill is going to be your influence, your ability to build relationships and rapport with people, help them so that they help you. When I start with a new client, I will very often talk to the person who brought me on board and we'll have a nice chat, set the scene, work out what the terms of engagement are. What am I here to do? How are we going to know whether I'm successful? All good stuff. Okay? But I'm also trying to understand them as a person. What makes them successful? How do I make them look good? And at the end of that conversation, I'm going to ask them very simply, who are two other people that it'd be worth my while talking to? And could they invite me to meet them? Could they do an introduction? So I've now got two people to talk to. I've talked to one, I've got a couple more, I'm going to go and talk to them. And I'm going to ask the same question again, and again, and again. Okay? I spend the first few weeks with any new client engagement. Well, it used to be drinking a lot of coffee. Now it's spending time on calls, jumping from call to call to call, talking to people. Okay? I'm not at a stage where I'm trying to get stuff done. I'm at a stage where I'm trying to understand the lay of the land. Build relationships, at least the start of relationships, so that later on, when that impediment isn't moving and John's not dealing with it, I can go and have a chat with Peter and say, Can you help me? Is there something that I need to understand about John that I'm missing? You know, I'm asking him, he's not giving me any way of moving it forward. Can you help me? Can you help me understand him better? Can you help me, is there a trick to dealing with John at 9 o'clock in the morning? Whatever it is. Over time, you're going to build those relationships. You're going to find out how people tick, what makes them work, what works well in this organisation versus other organisations. It's not about going to other people. It's about going to the same people, but building better relationships so they want to help you. Okay? And over time, you're going to develop evidence that makes it a compelling answer. So John didn't help me this time round. He didn't help me last time round. But next time, I'm going to have more evidence to support it because I've been working with the teams longer. I've got a better relationship because I'm taking time out of my day just to check in, see if he's okay, if there's anything I can do to help him. Because I know that in helping him, I'm ultimately going to help the team. Scrum Masters play a long game with a lot of these things. We're not going to resolve the big impediments quickly. Well, not is an absolute. Of course, some of them we may, but very often we're going to have to play political games. We're going to have to get influential people and powerful people in organisations to make decisions that may be counter to what they want to do or they believe is the right thing to do. And we have to respect that. They have reasons. But at the same time, we need to build rapport, we need to build trust with that person, and we need to build the data to create compelling stories so that they act with us on resolving those impediments. If you've got to this point in the video, I hope you've enjoyed it. If so, a like would be appreciated. If you want to hear more from me, more answers to questions that maybe you've got in the Agile world, please subscribe to the channel. And if you've got a question that you really want answered, drop it in the comments. I promise we'll get around to it. Thank you.